Alright, so I've got another game of Warno. I'm going to be playing as the 2nd Panzergren. Again, I play as them a lot, mostly because I despise the grads that are constantly spammed from the packed side. So I try to hunt them a lot. And the Lars system, which I think is Light Artillery Rocket System, it's one of the few things that can actually hit the grads quick enough. It's got a short enough aim time and it puts enough shots downrange fast enough to catch them before they move, because that's one of the big pluses of the grads. They definitely outclass the Lars, I would say. They shoot faster. I think they do more damage, and they also have better range. So in like every aspect, they're just better. So they can fire. I think they might even have a tighter spread, but definitely the shots land faster, and then they can leave. So you have to try to catch them towards the beginning of their salvo. So I'm just going to do a quick bit of deploying. I'm going to skip most of it, and then I'll get the sub windows up also. So I'm playing a lot of, or I'm using a lot of recon units, and I'm trying to just deploy them forwards so that I can grab some forward territory and like guard the flank, sort of, is my idea. And once I'm established, then I can get on to my true purpose in life, which is hunting down grads. What is guided? Is that guided rocket artillery? But I don't know if that's the correct language. But anyways, so in the top right, I'm going to have actually a group of 4 grads, and on the bottom right, I'll have my guys. The units that I'm going to be showing them. So we'll start out with a bunch of these. I think it's the scimitars. And let's go through. So you can see, actually they started off with only 1 rocket being shot. I don't know why. But usually they've got 4 of them lined up right there. And I don't see that rocket landing, actually. I'm wondering. I mean, it is just 1 rocket, so it's not going to show up. And there they go. You can see them in the back. And landing, and yeah. Not the funnest of times, to be honest. So yeah, these are my recon units getting up, sort of. I mean, I guess the Milan's gotten up ahead of everything else. Yeah, I'm also going to try to show the aftermath of the grad strikes. Probably won't cut them in too much. It's a little bit too much work. But yeah, see, some pretty substantial damage. So I'm getting this Milan set up to shoot down that road without being overexposed, getting all my recon dudes up to guard the forest and to provide sight for the Milan. I've been kind of messing with having a lot of I have a lot of videos recorded, but I think I accidentally deleted some, so I'm going to get try to keep up with my generation of the videos faster, so they'll be more up to date for one thing, and maybe start doing some smaller scale games. It's been I mean, the 10v10s are where you see, I think, more artillery in general, though. And so since I do like shitting on the grads just because I find them annoying, 10v10s are a good way to go after. Good place to go after. So anyways, I'm moving some guys over to the forest. I've got a little bit of anti-air. I'm going to move up the edge of the forest to spot something. There's almost certainly stuff either in the trees down the road or in those buildings by that transport truck. And the grads are lining up again, so yeah, that's awesome. I will say that the trucks for the grads look a lot jankier than the Lars trucks, but yeah, it doesn't really matter, but it is kind of funny. teammate in the middle here, or teammates, actually. Possibly, I mean. They have moved up quite a bit, which is really nice. Oh, now they are shooting. I see that. Yep, you can see all four of them lined up in the background shooting. I don't have anything to counter it yet, because I'm establishing myself. You want at least 2 large systems if you're trying to hunt the grads, because otherwise they don't shoot enough, and it's ever going to a teammate complaining about the 4 grads. Which is a lot of the deployment points that someone gets. I checked the deployment. Whoever it was, they did like 4 grads, 1 fob, and I think like 1 or 2 AA pieces, like Strelas or whatever. So not a whole lot. But they just continuously nuked our left the whole time. So I'm slowly working my way forward. I just want to be well established. Also, seeing the stuff on the mountain there, I'm pretty confident that there's going to be more. So now instead of buying my rockets, I decide to reinforce my force. I think I'm just barely actually going to miss like this helicopter I brought in. He gets shot down. Yeah, I see. So from the mountain, that would actually be a kind of cool view. I do want to try a game where I park AA on one of the mountains, because again, I think it'll be cool views. So, you know, we'll get there when we get there. That helicopter got destroyed, but my recon helicopter was just fine. I don't know if it's like barely out of range, or a lot of the times the units, they won't target a thing like the recon heli, so it's probably safe-ish for that reason. So yeah, I've had to throw all my points into shoring up the forest. On the left, you can see we're kind of getting pushed back because they just can't. Like 4 grads fired at the same spot, just they kind of delete everything. At best, a heavy tank can survive, but it won't be very effective in any sort of combat. So yep, working my way forward slowly, and like 1,000 craters already. And they're going to bring over a helicopter, so I'm going to push up my Fliggerfast at the Capard. There's a couple of MI8s also. And there go the grads again. So we got one of the helicopters. It's decent end result, I suppose. There's the Metis, and Metis. Tank gun. So these guys are just going to sit there and eat HE shells. Although I guess the Warno HE shells bounce, which is kind of funny. So yeah, there we go. They're gonna run out. They're gonna run back in. I'm gonna check the mountain. Starting now to send up the scimitars. I had waited because I was thinking that possibly the troops were being sent up along this kind of ridge of hilltops, right? But then I saw them coming in, and it seemed like they were coming across from further to our left. And this jet's going to lose sight, like right at the last second, not drop its bombs, and try to just circle around on the other side of the mountain. So it's in its confusion, it hurt itself, because now it's going to fly over all of the drop on the left. So instantly gone. There we go. But I've got troops now in the woods. and put off buying the rocket artillery because I'm going to help shore up the left side now because it is not doing great. So I've kind of also got defense in depth set up on my side, and my concerns people above me, right? So I guess the one thing I will do with the older videos is there was less desync caused by the corpse mod that I made a few updates back. So I've got better footage from that, actually. Or I mean like usable footage, because it's not just against the AI. Oh, there we go, shooting again. So they think they've been so sneaky, but about 30 beats to me. And yeah, you can see that one, maybe not the most effective. Not a lot there, but those strikes are definitely upside down pretty hard. Maybe I'll do a quick cut there, just to show the map real quick. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. So yeah, those two units got hit pretty hard, so we're gonna try to pull them away, try to save that recon helicopter. I mean, I know there's stuff in the woods already, so didn't really save them a whole lot. That is a heavier system. I think that's the wagon. They're a little bit angry at my AA. And now that they're starting to make their move forward, I'm going to be calling in even more reinforcements. Right? They're moving 21. Do we shoot it down? Actually, no. We do at least shoot it down. And on the left side, things are not great. So I'm going to be splitting troops between shoring up the back of the left side and my own area. Okay, those Spetsnaz are going to get destroyed. Oh, and we're making our move now. So got my 4 scimitars. We're pushing up because I saw a shot coming off from sort of the general area. Like the general area where I've told them to do the honey move. It is going to take my attention away for a little bit, but if I can kill, even if it's not the full 4 grads, but if I can kill off 4 grads, it'll be very helpful for our team. Spot them, and this is, I guess, why it's nice that the scimitars are recon units. So the grads are pushing up, and then I guess the guy's gonna realize, like just about here, he stops. He's like, "Oh no!" There we go. There's one down, and 2. We're a little bit inaccurate here. And there's helicopters, and so I could have probably escaped here if I dropped him back, but I didn't. I just wanted to finish off the last one. I committed to trying to shoot down the helicopters, which these ones I didn't think were that useful or valuable, really, all things considered. Since helicopters, they die really fast if there's any amount of anti-air. And I was thinking I could maybe kill off another artillery unit. Although if I had been able to stun that one, it would have worked. I guess it did force them to call in another helicopter, which is a bit of a waste of points. For 2 helicopters even. And one of my teammates spotted or saw that the fob was spotted, so they're gonna artillery it, blow it up with a howitzer. And then after I kind of neglected to micro the back area, they were pushing in while I was eating up the grads. So they did kill off some of my infantry because fire, but the downside of fire is you can't do anything to vehicles unless it's napalm. I guess they do have the reservists with the AT launchers, but they're not very accurate. Again, all of my points going to be going into some reinforcements. There's a very unfortunately placed Conkers there. Oh yeah, and then we caught a leader on the mountainside, so. And then big artillery strike. There's not really much there anymore, I don't think. But I guess it's helpful. So, leader down, and then we come service, water. Those guys don't seem to have their AT launcher. I guess they ran out of ammo. Maybe they're scouting, or... Oh no, they just needed to be closer. But they're at least stunned. So I think we should get away here. Yeah. So altogether, pretty unsuccessful push there. Did make me dedicate more resources there than I would have liked, but we've at least stopped it from getting out of hand. And I'm actually going to leave up the bottom panel, just because then you can see, I guess, what units are there, which is interesting. Or at least until I have the next units called in. The next units we'll be following on the bottom right are the Lars. On the top, so the map stays up. And because my nemesis, the quad grad, is gone. Those guys in the woods are going to get demolished. Oh, although another 21. There's just so much random plane nonsense happening. Yeah, the MiG-23 made it out. But again, they're still like kind of too expensive to be very useful, I would say. And I get the better reinforcement route because they weren't able to cut off that road. So it'll be hard for them to build up enough forces to drive me out of the forest edge and out into the open. So we should be good there. So I'm going to start focusing a little bit more heavily on the left side since we need to shore it up. And then I'm also going to save up to get the Lars.
Be careful. Enemies nearby.
We did well in the middle initially, but we're getting pushed out of their zone, which we kind of need to hold on to in order to keep the points. I mean, not even neutral because they've fully capped our area on the left. Do not want to be part of that Zagan to react whatever unit. Since they don't have any AT, I will push a martyr up to finish the job. Which, I mean, there could be more reservists hidden in the woods, but not overly concerning for me. Obviously, since I rushed the martyr up there. I did bring up supply for the left side.